Hi there. In this video we'll be looking at a PeakTech 3435 cable detector set, which consists of a transmitter and a receiver. So let's see what we have inside the box. I initially wanted to open it the other way around, but this is the label side, so normally I think this is top side, but we'll see that in a moment. These are they? Yeah, they are slide type, okay. Yeah, and we are top side up, so that is perfect. Okay, this is transmitter. This is the beefy receiver, and this strikes me the type of tool that I kind of do need to read the manual about first, but at least to power it on, nothing can stop us. So yeah, we need to plug in the batteries. Let's do that in high speed and take it from there. And the batteries are on. Let's get rid of the protection for the camera to be able to pick up the display just a tiny bit better. It's on. Long press for light, most likely. Yep, I was right. Pick the color blue whitish as always on the display. Come on, peel off, please. And I didn't see the power button on this one. And it's let's see, backlight, long press. Oh no. Backlight is short press and long press is sound on or off. And we also have a flashlight. Sorry. Nice. And I have no freaking clue. I think we need to read the manual. We do have in here. Yeah, let me shut them off for the moment, because otherwise we might be getting that buzz a lot of time. We do seem to have some silicone cables, which are really nice in the hand. I always like silicone cables. As long as I don't need to do cable management with them, then I don't like silicone cables. 10 amps. 1000 volts. These are nice cables. Okay. We have some alligator clips. These are nice quality alligator clips. I feel them really precise. You can actually see them that in the teeth on that they match perfectly. Okay. That's nice. So two of these thingies. Not really sure what we will do with that. And we also have something that looks similar to multimeter probes. If I could actually get the second one out of there also. Get out. I think it went all the way down to both layers of this foam. Oh, I think that's what probably wasn't letting me get it out, was the lid on the back of it. Both of them have the lids on them, or the caps, or whatever you want to call those. Okay, again, 10 amps. Where's the voltage? Cat 3 at 1000 volts, Cat 4 600 volts. Oh, okay. And they're banana type, I think it's called, and they are the nice type with this spring all around. So this thing will make really nice contact. Okay. I like what I see, but I have no freaking clue how to use this. So we should be reading a bit in the manual. Let's see, factory calibration. Right here. And I think I'm going to have a bit of a look at the manual. Let's see. German here. And as you would expect, English starting right at the middle. I didn't go through all this yet, but this is much more versatile than I initially thought. So this can accept up to 7 transmitters, and it will actually show the channel of the transmitter on the display. So when you start this, normally it's on channel 1. Let's power it off, long press. If you also press this when you start it, you change the channel and it starts on channel 4. And let's power this on, for example, and look at this. It shows channel number 4 right there. So you can set a few of these and start searching what you need, and you will find what wire. And it's not even that. Let me go back to channel 1. I think we need to shut it off. Press this, press power. Go to channel 1. Okay. So it's not even that. It can actually also find pipes. I wasn't even thinking about that. But mostly anything that conducts, it can be found with this. So that's quite cool. You can see a bit more info. So even free of voltage cables or live wires. This is why everything is highly insulated, because it can go up to 400 volts. That's the maximum. So yeah, that's quite nice. Look here, pipe installation, heating systems, testing new installation, and evaluate old installation for renovation. And it's also non-contact voltage finder. So let's power this guy up and spoof. We are in non-contact voltage mode. Let me see, will it buzz? Let me show you. Look at this. And it also shows the high voltage sign. You see it right there, the triangle and the lightning. Okay, this is really cool. Shut this little guy off. And about its technical data. So this is the frequency at which it outputs signal through these cables into your system, or with this, or with clamps, depending on what you are plugging this into. And the receiver itself. The transmitter will power off in about 1 hour. So the transmitter stays working for a bit longer. You do not really want it shutting off when you are in the middle of the project. But the receiver in 5 minutes, because normally you have the receiver with you, so you can power it on at any moment. But for single pole application, up to 2 meters you have detection. So That's a freaking lot. For non-contact voltage, up to 0.4 meters, and for double pole, we will see later what that means, up to 0.5 meters. So this thing is quite good. A bit more info right here about what the buttons do. In here even more. So in theory, it will also show you the voltage that you connected it to, and the warning sign even on the transmitter if you plugged it into a working live network. You can do that. On the receiver again you will get the sign, and if my understanding is correct, when this is plugged into a working a live working network, this will also show you the sign when you are detecting it. Quite nice. It has a manual mode. When it's in sense, you change the mode from right here, and then in theory this has 3 coils in here in which you induce the voltage that's being generated by this thingy. In automatic mode, all 3 of them are detecting, so the direction doesn't really matter that much. If you are in manual mode, then also the direction matters because only one of them remains working. So depending on what you want to do, auto, or you might want to change to manual. And right here, operating principle. It will basically detect the electromagnetic field generated by the transmitter itself, or when in non-contact voltage detector, by the electrical current itself. But you cannot use non-contact voltage detector for example, DC. So in DC systems that would not work. And then something like this that generates its own signal is really nice. Single pole application, open circuit or live circuit. I need to search a bit more for this. And searching for conductors, switches, in-house installations. I need to read more about this because it's quite cool. Line breaks. This is something that I want to use it because the windshield of my wife's car has some really fine wires through it. It's a Ford, so it has heated windshield. I presume one of those fine wires is has a break in it somewhere, is broken. I do not know where. Is it in an area that can be somewhat reachable or not? With this I will inject the signal into it, and with this I'm hoping I can detect the area where the breakage is and make sense if it's somewhere where it's accessible or if it's in the glass itself. Obviously I cannot do anything, but yeah, line breaks with 2 transmitters. Yeah, this has a lot of working modes, and I'm not going to test all of them, but feel free to pause at any time and read. And this is for electric floor heating. Okay. In constructions, blockages in pipes. Okay, that's actually nice. Line breakers. Yep, I will link a video with a PeakTech product that helped me map all the breakers in my house. I did it. I know every single switch and light, what breaker it has. Awesome. Thanks PeakTech for that, an awesome tool. Video will be in the description. This can do something similar. You can use it to find your breakers if you don't know which breaker is appointed to what outlet. And short circuit between conductors, for example, because your signal will be going only to the short circuit and then coming back. It's not going to go further, so it's beeping before the short, not beeping after the short. Yeah, I think this is a multi-use tool, honestly, and it depends a lot of your imagination and how you want to use it. Tracking water and heating pipes. Okay, This is interesting. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Water pipes installed in the ground. Okay. That's nice. For me, I'm not sure if this will work because I have plastic pipes. So, yeah, maybe the water in them conducts enough for this to somewhat work. I will try and test, but yeah, with plastic pipes, I'm not sure this can work. It kind of needs conductive metal ones. Entire house wiring, okay. Weak signal cables. Okay, I guess. In the soil, yep. So I have this situation. I can basically find buried wires in the ground. If you have, I don't know, some lights in your yard. I've seen people that have all sorts of little lights that are at ground level, and the wires are obviously buried. For those with something like this, you can search for them. I'm just traversing in my situation from one side of the yard to the other to the ground. I don't have anything connected to the wires, so yeah. To increase signal strength in live circuits. Sort already installed lines with multiple of the units, obviously. Cable breaks. Yep, this is something that I basically want to do, but mine is not live, so I need to use the transmitter, so actually it's not this. Change the transmission code, I showed you that. Enable the flashlight. Yep, I show you that already on this thing. Replace the fuse if you need to, and replace the battery. And yeah, that's about it. So let's play with this tool and see what we get. Let's do a simple quick test. So I do have metal pipes right underneath this water heater, but then in the house plastic goes. So red is connected right here. They tell us to connect the black one to a ground. It's connected right there to one of the grounds, the one down there. You can obviously change the signal power. I will leave it at lowest. Let's power this unit on and see if it will find anything. Let's see. So basically, yeah, I'm next to the red wire. Basically detects all of this piping because they all connect through this metal. But I'm going to try and go on the other side and see if it's able to detect through the water inside of the plastic tubes. I'm not expecting that to be possible, but why wouldn't we play a little bit? So I'm right on the other side of that wall. But yeah, it's just sensing through the wall, so it's not sensing through the water. So I was basically on the other side of this wall, and it was sensing everything from 1.5 meters or something like that. So really good. But now my logic is telling me that normally clean water in the pipes is not really that conductive, is it? So if you have some plastic pipes and you would put something in the water, but you would need to fill up the pipes yourself with something, I don't know, maybe water with a lot of salt to make it more conductive, maybe you would have a chance to detect them. But anyway, it's not the point of this tool. I was just playing around to see what happens, basically. Just want to show you a really interesting and important thing. This is on with the lowest emission level.
This is also obviously on, not detecting anything. I'm not moving either of them. I will just be grounding. Instantly we detect it. So this shows you that for best detection distance, you need to ground it. Let me show you something really interesting. Through this red tube, we've put some wires through the ground that go to various places in the yard for automatic doors and who knows what. It's just preparation. It's better to have them there and not use them than to need them and dig everything right back up when this is all finished. So I'm connected to one of the wires. I stripped it, connected, and the black one is connected to the grounding in the big electrical panel above. So at this point, obviously we are detecting right next to them, but can you see it? We are detecting those things to the ground, and if I move to the side, yep, it's decreasing. So I can basically pinpoint the highest value and know where that is, where the wire is right under. And it's kind of under this area more or less. So this is a really cool thing. And yes, I can follow this thing. I think I was getting away from it for a moment. Let me see. So I'm getting away, so here is quite tight, closer to the house. Getting away from it at this point. Not really sure, is it actually? Yeah, in this case I actually found it because it's this one right here. But there's another one that actually goes longer in that direction, but I'm not connected to it at the moment. So yeah, this is really nice way of tracing everything even under the ground. And again, the second I disconnected the ground wire from the panel, no more detecting. So that needs to be connected to a proper ground for this to work its best.
And that's about it for this video. Thank you again, PeakTech, for sending this in. They will be put to good use, especially for trying to troubleshoot the failed windshield heating in my wife's Ford C-Max. Somewhere it has a break in it, and hopefully this will be able to help me pinpoint exactly where, but that's a completely separate and long troubleshooting video. So hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one.